exciting things about being a science fiction writer, being a futurist. You get to make predictions about the future. Technology is now changing so quickly that you can make technological predictions that seem really futuristic, and in 6 or 10 years' time your predictions suddenly don't seem strong enough. We're living in the future. The initial reaction was, it's a corker. The agent in question gave it to her son, who's a film director in New York, who read it, loved it. I was invited in for a notes meeting. At this point I was very excited and thought everything was going rather too well. New assistant agent just didn't understand the book and couldn't get that it would be commercial, and felt that it needed to be dumbed down and that I had to completely rewrite it. I did rewrite it twice, but there was a point at which I couldn't change the book anymore without cutting the heart out of the book, and you come to a point where you have to say, either I lose my agent or I do what they want. And I decided to stick to my principles. I just took some advice from a friend at Bloomsbury, who completely agreed that I'd already established credibility by getting an agent in the first place. The book's clearly very strong, but as an entrepreneur, I'm not going to have somebody else determine my fate. And now, technology that's available to me makes it possible for me to do pretty much everything that a large publishing house can do, but as an independent. So I set up my own publishing company, I hired my own editor. Kate turned her head unconsciously to the common room. Her lips continued to play out the rapid sentence she was delivering to her friend. Her eyes flicked over me briefly, so light a touch that I'm not even sure she noticed, and yet with such a force as to press me an inch into the sofa. And then she turned her head back to her friend. I looked away in pain. When I looked again, a few seconds later, unable to keep my burning eyes from the flame of her, she was looking at me, directly at me. She seemed to have a question in her eyes and lips. She smiled a fraction, and then was gone, tugged by another's hand, leaving the perfect image of an elf hanging in pastels on my retina. And you upload your files. You have to typeset everything yourself. I literally click print, and they print one copy of the book and then mail it to you, and it arrives, and it's professional quality. The internet in recent years has had some extraordinary new products. Print-on-demand services, Amazon, Wikipedia, Google Earth, Google Street View, Skype, for example. I was able to actually visit places virtually, flying in from a satellite perspective. Wikipedia is an incredible source. So I used that to research the new Freedom Tower that's being built in Manhattan that isn't even ready yet, it was just plans. The goal of any modern marketeer is to create a viral marketing campaign with the intention of using things like Twitter, Facebook, every aspect of the internet to get people talking about the book. Between the pages there are these rather weird and wonderful cryptic puzzles. There's a website where people can go for the book and they can test their solutions to the game by clicking these pixels. I'm doing giveaways of iPads, Kindles for people who are able to solve those puzzles, and the team that solves all of the puzzles in the book, the individual team, will win up to £1 million.